Hello guys, welcome back. We're at the Children's Museum and Theater of Maine, as usual. And we're back to take another look at our frogs with another live animals program sponsored by LL Bean. Thanks guys. I've got Brenda right here behind me. She's ready to go. Got some mealworms here. They're also ready. I think she's gonna eat me. So today I looked up a really interesting fact about bullfrogs, which is that apparently they can jump up to 3 feet high. So that's pretty high. And they can jump a distance of about 6 feet with no trouble at all. So just for reference, this entire tank is 6 feet. I'm obviously not 6 feet. So Brenda, if she wanted to, could jump from here all the way to here with no trouble. Right? So today we're going to see Brenda do some cool jumps, I hope, and maybe get a real close-up look at her. So let's get started. Zooming in. Hello, my darling. Are you ready to go? She's already bitten me twice today, so I don't know, she might be getting a little tired. Let's see. Nope, not tired. Okay. Hello, darling. Let's see how far we can get her to jump. I'm really curious. Because she's jumped pretty far just to get my fingers. So let's see. Just adjusting my camera here. Let's see how far we can get her to jump. I am going to hold a squirmy mealworm in my tweezers. Can you jump up here? Woohoo! Nice. That was pretty high. All right. Let's try again. Whoa, she's hungry. All right, I'll leave that there for her. Belinda's hiding behind her bowl, but we have to distract Brenda if we're gonna feed Belinda. You come over here. Whoops. Try to eat my fingers right here. So if anybody has any questions about bullfrogs, drop them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them. I'm always learning new things about bullfrogs. You were so jumpy earlier. Why are you being so still now? Let's get a closer look. On the hunt. So Brenda is our female bullfrog. You can tell that she's a female because which is that circular thing behind her eyeball, kind of down and behind her eyeball. That tympanum is, whoop, nope, don't look at us. Don't look at us, don't eat us. It's just about the same size as her eye. Maybe a little bit bigger, but in a male bullfrog, that tympanum would be much, much bigger than her eye, than his eye. I'm not loving this glare, so what if we just go right inside the tank? Let's see what happens. Hello, lovely. Let me watch you. Isn't she beautiful? It's hard to tell how big she is just from the video, but maybe if I can put my hand on her. She is gorgeous. There's, oh, she's eating my hand. There's my hand. And there's Brenda. So she's about the same size as my hands. All told, maybe a little smaller. Hey, no, don't eat me. Isn't she pretty? Oh. And then we've got Brenda, or Belinda rather, over here. Hi, sweetheart. She's hiding. Belinda's our green frog. But she's really hiding. The other frogs that we have are over here. You might remember that we have Piccolo. That is Piccolo. Hello, Piccolo. And Oboe is hanging out over here in the corner. That's Oboe. Hello, darling. Let's see if Piccolo and Oboe want some mealworms. I bet they do. So when I feed Piccolo and Oboe, I just put the mealworm down on the water, and most of the time they just sort of scoop it right off the water. Whoop. No, you're learning from Brenda about eating my fingers. I don't like that. Don't eat my fingers, darling. Let's try again. Good job. Oh, you gonna try again? Oh, she's so fast. She's quick. All right, let's go back on the tripod so I can have my hands free. There's little Oboe looking at the worm. Oh, nice job, Oboe. So these two little frogs are young, I believe they are young American bullfrogs. And the reason I say I believe is because I collected them as tadpoles and froglets, and so they were really too small to see for sure what they were. Are you trying to eat me through the glass? You can't do that. But the tadpoles of green frogs and bullfrogs are similar, but they have some differences, and so some of that is like spotting along the bottom and just size and shape difference. So when I collected these guys, I tried to make sure that I was getting the right type of frog. So they should be American bullfrogs. And the other way to tell is once they get a little older, they have a ridge that runs down from their eye, and you can see it a little bit. It runs from their back of their eye down and around their tympanum, that ear behind their eye. And so with a green frog, that ridge would run down the whole length of the back. But on a bullfrog, it just curls around the tympanum and stops. And it's I find it very hard to tell on small frogs, but these guys are getting big enough that you can sort of tell. You're still hungry, aren't you? You look very hungry. I think maybe you need another worm. Would you like another worm? All right. Here we go. Whoops. Where'd that worm go? Here it is. Wow, so fast. So if you've been on my frog programs before, you might remember that frogs are voracious eaters. They will eat and eat and eat and eat. And they never seem to get full. And that can make it a little hard to keep them as pets because they will eat more than they should. Kind of like a dog. If you've ever had a dog or a cat, they like to eat and eat. But bullfrogs are even more voracious than cats and dogs. They will eat until they burst. So we have to be very careful about how much we feed these guys. You look happy now. You're full of mealworm. Right. Now we do have a tadpole in here somewhere, but I haven't seen it today. They're very good at hiding, as you might know if you've ever seen, if you've ever gone tadpole hunting in a local pond. They can be very, very hard to find. Hello, darling. You just make me so nervous when you stare at me like that. You're turning into another little Brenda. How's Brenda doing? Hello, my darling. Well, we can look for our tadpole friend a little bit. We've got this nice area under here in the tadpole section that is all full of plants, because tadpoles, when frogs are in their tadpole stage, when they're still really young, they actually only eat plants, which may seem funny since I'm feeding all of our frogs mealworms. So once they become frogs, they grow legs, they, trying to stop the glare there, they go up onto the surface, like our piccolo here. Once they get to that stage, they change and become carnivores, and all they eat is meat. I don't know where our tadpole friend is. Maybe another time. All right. Well, I'm going to get these guys the rest of their food. And you can watch me feed. And then I'm going to sign off. Adjustment on this. Okay. Just trying to make sure you guys aren't too. Okay. You ready for some food, lovely? She really wants to eat my fingers. She's on a mission. It's not even down yet. Okay. Now, it'll take her a minute to see the worms, so we have to stay very still. There she goes. Sorry about the pausing. My internet connection is apparently not very good. She's waiting very patiently. Oh, nice job. She got one. Good girl. Now she's going to blink to help swallow. And then once she gets that down in her stomach, she'll be ready for more. What a good girl. All right. That's about it for me today, folks. Thanks for tuning in for Live Animals. Next week, come on back at 11:30 on Monday. I will be here and we'll check in on how they're doing. Again, thanks for tuning in and hope we can see you again soon. You know what? I'm just going to leave this for a sec because she is about to get that worm. This is 99% of owning frogs. Watching them sit incredibly still. All right, guys, so I think maybe next time I'll just set this up and leave it while she eats. I think that's basically the most fun we have here, so anyway, thanks for coming, and we, Brenda and the turtles, say hello, turtles. Yes. We will all see you next week for some more live animal fun. Thanks for coming. Bye.